how to add a form on our website and a button that points to it. This is an example of a form that's on our website. Here I am in the website editor. First, to make the form, you create a new page to put the form on. To create a new page, click Website up here on the upper right. That gives you a list of all the pages on our website. Then click next to Site Navigation, the plus sign to add page. Then click New Page, blank, Create Page. Now in the visual editor portion of the website editor, you can see that there's a new page. First, change the page attributes here. You can title it. I'm going to call it Test Form Page. This asks, do you want to show it in the navigation? We don't. And that's important to know because it's the default that it will. See over here, Test Form Page? We don't want that on our main menu. So we're going to click here to toggle that switch off. No, we don't want to show it in navigation. We also don't want to show it in the footer. See, if it was shown in the footer, it would be here, Test Form Page. We don't want that. So I clicked off and it disappeared. We also don't want to make it a private page. If there's even one private page on the whole website, then this little guy shows up. This little guy invites people to sign in to a personal account. I'll show you on the website. This is our real website published right now. Somebody must be experimenting with this feature where people can have their own accounts because this is showing, or they made a page a private page by accident. If you click on this, you're invited to sign in, create an account, or go to My Account. And we don't have that functionality right now. We've tried it before and it didn't function very well. Somebody might be trying it again that I don't know about. So these are the page attributes for the page we just created, and we want all of these toggled off. Then we click Done. Now, to edit the page, we're going to add a form to it. When you add anything to a page, you're adding a section, a type of section. So we're going to add section. This is our list of sections to choose from, section types. I'm going to choose Contact, and then I can have a choice between the Contact Us style forms and the job posting style forms. I'm going to choose this one down here to show you that you do have an option of having a form with some explanation over to the side. So I'm going to click Add here. Okay. I'm editing the title here. I edited it here in the visual editor, but I could have also typed that into the title field over here on the right hand side. I can edit this one too, this heading. Have fun with us, and the description. Okay, here's our form. Now, you might have noticed that when I'm in different spots around here, then what's on the right-hand side changes. If I click on the section side or the section title, or even here, I get this on the right-hand side, which helps me edit the whole section. as a whole, and part of the section is the job posting form, which I could click on here. And now these are my options to edit the job posting form. Or I just click on the form's title and I'm here on the right hand side. I can, with my options for editing this form. So first there's the title, and then there's where it gets sent to. I'm going to have it actually sent because we're going to go through the whole thing to test the end user experience. The thank you message is what shows up after they hit submit. I'll show you over here. Here's a form on our website. If I were to fill it out and hit submit, then the form would disappear and the thank you message would appear. Thank you for playing, I'm going to say. Now here are the form fields, like name, phone, email. I can click on one of them, or I could have clicked on a field here, and it changes what's happening over here. So I could change the name of the field, and then I can change the input type, a single line text, so that'll limit how much they can say in response, or a multi-line text. If I made it multi-line, then they have more room, see here on the visual editor. But I'm going to keep this one a single line text. Make this field required. If I toggle this switch and say yes, then this little asterisk shows up and they can't submit the form without answering that question. That's useful for email because you don't want them submitting a form without submitting their email, because then you can't get back to them. So for this phone field, the phone number input type will only accept numbers. But I'm going to change this one. I want to show you the nickname field as a single line text, and I want to make a phone, never mind. Let's say I want to delete this field. Down here, I'm going to click on phone. No, I'm not. I'm going to click on the section and then job posting form. Now I get my list. If I just click anywhere here, I'm editing that field. But if I click this little right-hand caret, okay, I lied. I lied. If I right-click the caret, oh, here's one thing you can do. You can reorder the fields here. But I thought you could delete the field. Whatever. All right, never mind. You can just there's a way, but maybe not on this particular section type, this particular form. So forget that. Sorry about the confusion, but I've re-recorded this so many times, I'm just not going to be a perfectionist, and you're going to have to wade through my mistakes. Okay. This message field is a multi-line text field. So you can make the question longer, but you can still make the question too long. Let's give it a try. Please tell me something that you have never told anyone in your whole life and you are afraid to tell me. You can because we have emotional safety. Safety. So that fits in the box. But what if it was a single line text field, but it was a long question? Please tell me a deep, dark secret from your family that nobody knows. I want to know because I'm nosy. Now the question itself doesn't even fit in the field box. So that looks bad. So that's something to watch out for. Now, clicking on job posting form again, I don't want this attach resume thing there. So I find it down here, attachments. I click on it and I toggle the switch off. Do not allow file attachments. And then done. I don't think I can change, well, I must be able to change that button here. Submit application. Yeah, I click on that down there and I can change it. Submit your secrets. Done. All right, now we've created a form and we have one wordy question in a single line text answer field and one wordy question in a multi-line text answer field. We're going to go through with publishing this so that you can see what it's like for the end user. So I want to put it somewhere where nobody's going to see it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Now we've created the form. That page exists. Let's look at it on the list of pages. Click website. Go to the very bottom. Test form page. That's the page name that I chose. It's not the Funny Farm form. That's the name of the section. Test form page was the name of the page. Okay, now let's create a button. I'm going to go to events. Now I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to go to About Us, and I'm going to go to the band. See if I'm on there. I'm on there. I'm going to add a button to this. So I'm going to click on the title, the section title, and I lied, there's no button on this type of section. Oh, okay, I'm going to go to events, and there are buttons on this type of section here. So I'm going to click on the section title. Now on the right hand side I can see a list of all the sections groups. Each one of these different events is a group. I'm going to add a group. I'm going to say test. I'm going to delete the stuff. Say ignore this, please. And then I'm going to go to the media and delete the picture by clicking on this trash can, clicking done. Now I'm back to editing the group. I'm working my way down this right hand side, pay or action button. I click on that, show action button. Now I'm editing the action button. I'm going to call this the test action button. And then I get to choose what action the action button does. Does it go to a link or does it take payments? Don't use take payments. That uses GoDaddy's system for taking payments. We always choose to make it go to a link. This is asking you what kind of link. A page on this website or a website URL, meaning a web page somewhere else, not on this website. Ignore phone and email. I want it to go to a page on this website because I just created a page with a form on it. This one here is asking you what page. Click here and you get the drop-down list and go all the way to the bottom because that's where new pages show up. Test form page, that's the one we just created. Click on that. This is asking what section on the page do you want to go to. Well, there's top of page and then there's the section. This is a bug you sometimes encounter. I renamed the section. I renamed it Funny Farm Form, but the original name of it was We're Hiring, and it's just a funny thing. I might have clicked done on something before I renamed it, so it kept its original name. It's an annoying bug. But anyway, let's just have it go to the We're Hiring section, which is the form itself. It'll skip the header. It'll go right to the form, the website header. It'll skip. If I selected top of page, you'd go to it and you'd see this with the header. But if I select the section We're Hiring, it would go to just the form like that. Okay, done. Now let's look at what we've just created. I should have shown you this along the way. We created a group and I called it test. Then I edited it, the description, and said ignore this please, and I created a test action button. Now if you're in the website editor and you click the button, you don't get to go to where the button takes people. You get to edit the button itself. To test it, you actually have to publish what you've just done and then go to the website as a visitor. Give me a second to make sure I'm ready to publish it. I have a button, I have a form. Yes, I am. Okay, I'm going to do this fast. I'm going to publish. I click publish and then save and publish. It's thinking a long time because I've done and undone and done and undone things. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back here where I'm on the site as a visitor. I have to refresh. Well, no. Okay, you can refresh by clicking this reload this page thing, or you can just click around. If you actually go to different pages, then it refreshes because it reloads the pages. So here's the events page. Here's all these sections of the events page. Here's the recurring events section. I created this group within the section called test. Oh, yeah, I did it. Okay, we're going to test it out. Yeah! See, it didn't take us here. It took us here. This is the form we just created. Now I want you to notice a couple things about this form. See this verbose question? Okay, first of all, I just hate the way this looks. It asks me a question. The question falls out of the box, and it doesn't show me where I'm supposed to answer. So most people, I guess, will click around, and then they'll realize that the box itself will contain the answer. The question gets small. Please enter. Oh, I thought I'm sure I changed that to be a single line text, not a phone number. Oh well. So that's what happens if you do that. I guess I better do it. Well, it's not a doesn't have an asterisk, so it's not a field that you're required to fill out. So I'm going to leave it blank, but I'm going to put in my email, and I'm going to put in my nickname. I'm not going to answer that question. I'm going to put in my email. Now here, This looks better, but still, it's like there's a box around the question. Where do I give you the answer? It's just weird. And here's the real problem. See, in this one, I click on the field and the question gets small, but it's still there. This one, I click on the field. If I start typing, yeah, I'm going to do it. If I start typing, the question disappears. And I can't get it back, not even if I delete. Oh, it worked this time. Okay. Ignore me. But still, that's pretty annoying. Let's see if you can keep, there's nothing I can do to keep the question showing. So if I start typing and then forget the second half of the question, I'm SOL. Because now, what if I don't want to lose all this work I've just done? The only way to get the question back is to delete what I've just done and start over. I don't like that. I don't like this. So you should know how this works so you don't do it. Okay, now I'm going to click Submit Your Secrets, and it's going to send this form to me because that's how I programmed the form. I programmed the form to send an email to my email. Submit your secrets. Funny Farm form, have fun with us. Thank you for playing. See, this is the thank you for playing is the thank you message that we programmed. And then I will get an email in my testy tester. New job form message for Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. There we go. It does keep the question in there. I didn't answer that question. Hey, where's my answer? Where's my freaking answer? Where is my answer? I'm going to do this again. Oh my gosh. Okay, test application button. Maybe I deleted it. Okay, if I started to type, then I'd have to tell you something. My nanny wore blue jeans. Misty-eyed. Shemaine Charette. Okay, now there's answers. Submit your secrets. Please enter a value. Oh yeah, I forgot that. Okay, submit your secrets. Thank you for playing. Go to my email, go to my inbox. It might come in as since the subject line will be the same, it might come in under this one. Or okay, no, it came as a new email. Okay, misty-eyed. The phone number is the answer to this question, and this does keep the question and give you the answer. Unlike how it looks for the end user, which deletes the question, you will still, if you are the person who receives these emails, you will still have the question and the answer. Okay. So now I want to get rid of this stuff. So I'm going to delete this group here. I could hit this trash can, or I could edit the group by clicking on it. Okay. Clicking on the group. And no, click on the section. Yeah, click on the section. Now I want to delete this group called test. Gosh. I click on the group, delete group button is at the bottom. Delete group. Boop, it's gone. And the test form is still there, but who cares because it doesn't show anywhere? Yes, it does. I'm lying because it's still, no, it doesn't. Never mind. Thinking of a different thing I did. Okay, done. So I don't need to delete test form page because it's not hurting anything. I might use it again. You might use it. You could play with it. Okay. Oh, have I done it? I've done it. I made it through. Phew. Bleep, bleep, bleep. That's all, folks.